Hey, I'm Roland from Mobile Geeks, and what we have right here is the ASUS FonePad 7. That is a new model for 2014 that is called FE7010CG or FE170CG. It's basically the same device, but this guy right here seems to be a special low-end version made for operators actually that are selling this through their channels. In this case, it's sold through a German KPN daughter called E Plus and their cheaper subsidiary called Base. This guy comes in at just 130 euros without a contract, and it supports dual SIM, 3G calling functions, and you can surf the web at speeds of up to 42 megabits a second. It's a super low-end 7-inch tablet that has decent specs and is of the typical ASUS quality actually, so it's pretty well made actually. The whole thing comes in this case, we have the black version, there's also a white one, turquoise one, and a orange or red version. On the back, you can see some of the specs right here. So we have a Intel Atom Z2520 dual core at 1.2 gigahertz, 1 gig of RAM. In this case, there's only 4 gigs of flash memory on board, but there is a micro SD card slot, and you can put apps on the SD card. There is a 2 megapixel camera on the back and N-Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.0, and again, a 3G module capable of up to HSPA plus speeds of up to 42 megabits. So I'm just going to get this out of its box. It's running Android 4.3 in this case with the new ASUS Zen UI. So here we have the tablet itself already. Let's put that to the side for a second. Standard ASUS charger that puts out, I think, 1.35 amperes. So that should charge the device within like 2 or maybe 3 hours. This is the warranty card right here. And the other piece of paper back here is, just the standard quick start guide right there. This right here, just a normal USB 2.0 micro USB cable, and that's pretty much it. Let's put the case to the side, and let's talk about the tablet itself. Coming in this piece of foil right here, just as usual. I've already set it up and turned it on, so I'm just going to quickly turn on the screen right here. And there you can see already that this is the ASUS Zen UI with their special customized Android interface. So they have a bunch of quick start options right here, switching to the camera straight away, for example, or the other options include calling, messaging, and this calendar stuff right here that shows you what's coming up on your calendar, plus a bunch of weather information. So you just swipe to unlock, and here we have the home screen of the ASUS Zen UI, which does look pretty nice actually. They have done a pretty good job of customizing the Android UI experience right here. So performance seems to be pretty nice, even though it's only a 1.2 gigahertz Intel Core, Intel Atom chip in here. That is of the last generation actually. So it's not a Bay Trail based system, but it's, I think, called Medfield. Yeah, kind of changed design. So you have this special notification center up here. Settings are available on the other side right here. Let's switch into the settings menu for a second, and I'll show you the Android version that we are running right here. Go down here to About Tablet, and there you are. That's Android 4.3 right there. And the model number of the tablet is ASUS KO12. All right, let's take a quick tour around the device. It has a 7-inch screen, but the resolution is only at 1024 by 600 pixels, so it's not the highest resolution screen. You can definitely see lots of pixels on here. I'm going to just try to get this to focus as close as I can. It doesn't look so bad on the home screen itself, but if you go into apps and stuff, it starts to look kind of a bit blurry, but that should be expected at a price of just 130 euros. This guy is actually on sale in Taiwan too, for example, where they're selling it for, I'd say 130 bucks in this case, and it's probably coming to the US through ASUS's retail partners over there. The brightness of the screen is set to the highest right now, so if I go into the settings menu that's on the right side right here, you'll see that it's already all the way up. Oh, I think I lowered it. And as you can also see, there's no automatic brightness setting because this guy doesn't have a brightness sensor on the front or a proximity sensor or whatever. It can only turn off the screen when you start calling and you move it up to your ear. I think then that's when they turn off the screen. So no brightness sensors or whatsoever. And here there's only gyro in there. 1 gig of RAM, as I said, and 4 gigs of flash storage. Let's go around the device and we'll see where the SD card goes. We have a VGA camera up front. There's a single speaker up here. So that's also the earpiece. Nothing else on the front except for the ASUS logo right there. On the left side in this case, you'll get this flap right here, and if you open that up, that's where things are starting to get a bit interesting. Let me try to get my camera to focus right here. So on the left we have the SD card slot. Right next to that are SIM card slot number 2 and number 1. That's where you can put 2 micro SIM cards and use them for calling as well as surfing the web at HSPA plus speeds. A 2 megapixel camera on the back, including autofocus. Super low resolution actually, but they do include a autofocus in here. And you also have this plastic back that has a structure to it, so it doesn't really attract fingerprints except when you have sweaty fingers like I do right now. But that looks pretty decent, and yeah, that's pretty much it. On the left side, on the right side, you get the power button right here and the volume marker. Up top are the headset jack there and the micro USB 2.0 port, and that's pretty much it. So the whole thing weighs in at 290 grams in this case, and it's just over 10 millimeters thick, containing a 3950 milliamp hour battery. So that's a 15 watt hour battery that should definitely give you a decent runtime of about a day, I would guess. 7 to 8 hours would be my estimation right here. So this has been a quick look at the ASUS FonePad 7. And just to give you a quick comparison size-wise, I have the ASUS FonePad 6 Full HD right here, which has basically exactly the same design. So they've definitely taken cues from the older model's design right here. And yeah, so that is a chunk of that's pretty much a lot bigger on the FonePad 7 on the new one, although the old one doesn't run the new Zen UI. I hope they update that shortly. And before I forget about it, I just wanted to quickly show you how this device performs in the browser or the general performance. So here we have a website on the German Mobile Geeks, and it does definitely load pretty nicely, and there's pretty much no stutter when scrolling or anything, so that seems to be of a pretty nice performance. If I go into the keyboard right here, you'll actually see that it is not the fastest device, and it also kind of acts weird from time to time. So the keyboard shows up and then goes away, like you saw right there. Maybe that's because of my not really great skills at using those devices, but actually it is kind of a slow keyboard, so that's the only point where you will notice that the device only runs at 1.2 gigahertz. Maybe if you switch to the standard Android keyboard, that performance gets a bit better, but there's also tons of apps open right now. But I noticed that earlier, even when I only set up the device a bit earlier today. If you switch through the menus, there shouldn't be any problems performance-wise, so definitely seems to be well optimized in this case. So that's just been a quick look at the ASUS FonePad 7 FE7010CG or FE170CG in this case, depending on where you buy those devices. They're probably going to be the same. I was rolling with Mobile Geeks, and I'll see you later. If you like our videos, subscribe to the channel, give us a like, follow us on Facebook, Google+, and Twitter, and visit the websites mobilegeeks.com and mobilegeeks.de, and we'll see you later. Bye.